All right, let's talk about the motivators. What's the first one? Scarcity. Can you tell me what scarcity would be as a motivator? These are things that are going to motivate people to take ownership of your ideas. Scarcity. How do the politicians use scarcity?
By telling you the war is going to come, or like the world's going to come to the end.
Well, yes. No, that's okay. Who is this? You guys tell me what politician this is. I'll switch this up. Can you take a chance on his inexperience? The terrorists are going to test him. His vice presidential candidate even said it. They're going to test him. Can you take a chance? They won't test me, but they're going to test him. You have children. You have family members. Can you take a chance on a terrorist attack? Who would that be? McCain. McCain. Now, what would Obama say? Do you want 4 more years of the same? We're still in this war. Gas prices are too high. The economy is on the verge of a depression. And let me just say this. Not only do you want 4 more years that you've had, what about 4 more years going forward? You can't take that chance. You got one way to change it, and that's tomorrow. If you don't, I can't tell you what's going to happen to your future. See, scarcity? They're trying to scare you. They're using it as a motivator. McCain's trying to say Obama's going to get tested by the terrorists. And Obama's trying to say, look at our economy. Look at the gas price. Look at the war. They're trying to move you. We move from emotion. We buy from emotion. We justify with our brains. But we buy with our hearts. Social proof. What's social proof?
Acceptance.
Acceptance? That's the ultimate definition of it. How about this? Does anybody in this school wear Hollister stuff? Right? Right? Hollister is every school I go into. Hollister is popular. That's social proof. You see somebody wearing Hollister and you say, hey, that looks cool. I'm going to wear that. That's social proof. Do you think there's some people that are going to vote in this election that never voted before?
Yeah.
Right? Is there some people that are going to vote now that never? Of course there. How about when Jesse Ventura ran? Were there people that never voted before? My partner in a business I used to own, Kyle, never voted in his life. One day he walks in the office, he's putting his license. So would you get pulled over or something? Putting his license back in his wallet. He said, no, I just voted. You voted? That's when I knew Jesse didn't get elected. I said, you voted? He said, yep, me and my buddies. I said, why? Because we need an outsider. We need some change. We need change. And I said, okay, that's a powerful motivator. Social proof. He's voting just because all his buddies are voting that way. You're going to see some of that. They're talking about it right now. And look at some of the people they're talking about they're going to vote. You know, and it's not funny, but they're picking up homeless people. And their addresses are a park bench. Yeah, no, but that's their address. They don't have a home. You know, I mean, that's what's going on. That's social proof. How about commitment? Anybody know what commitment is as a motivator?
How committed you're to doing something?
Yes. And you put it out there, right? You put it out there with your yard signs. Obama, McCain. You put it on your bumper stickers maybe. You put it on a button. That's your commitment. You're committed to voting for that person. You want everyone to know that. Because they know you're voting for that person, they might do it too. Like the yard sign. Guys got the yard sign, right? And the neighbor keeps changing it. Did I tell you that?
No.
No, we didn't hear the story.
You didn't tell the story? The guy's got a yard sign. He's got a McCain yard sign. His neighbor across the street keeps sneaking over in the middle of the night, changing it to Obama. So the guy gets up every morning, there's an Obama sign. Well, he gets mad about it. You know what he does? He puts a camera up to record it. And then you know what else he does? He takes one of those electrical fence things and he wires it up to the sign. Oh, yeah. And then you know what he found out? The neighbor across the street wasn't changing the sign. His 8-year-old son was. That's who he was sending over there. And there's this little boy in the morning, and he went over there, and he goes up to the sign, he grabs the sign, shocks him. Shocked, so he went crying. He went all crying, the sign shocked me. And then his dad came over and wanted to fight the guy. And then they called the police, you know. I mean, that's showing a commitment, right? I mean, that's a commitment. That guy puts an electrical fence on his because he's committed. Don't take my son. That's my guy. Right? My old boss and I were at lunch last week. He's got a brand new 2009 Lexus, right? We go to eat at Perkins. We come out after Perkins. And he wants to show me his car. And on the bumper, there's an Al Franken bumper sticker. And I was like, oh, Merle! And he said, what, don't you like Franken? I said, I don't care about Franken, but that beautiful car with that ugly bumper sticker, no matter whose name it would be. And he didn't care. He was so committed. His commitment was so strong, he would put that on his car. The notes don't peel off. How about consistency as a motivator? Anybody know what consistency is as a motivator?
Like going to vote.
Going to vote? Yeah. And what do you do when you go vote? Usually, if your consistency is a motivator?
Same party.
Right. You always, if you're Republican, it's always going to be Republican. If you're Democrat, it's always Democrat, right? So everybody knows you vote Republican and you vote Democrat, and they like these people, they respect these people. That's going to motivate them to do that. So here's a good one. I always tell. What is the guy from the Subway commercials?
Jared.
What is Jared known?
His fatness.
His fatness. Well, reverse of that.
Oh yeah,
He lost weight. How did he lose weight?
Went on the Subway diet.
Yeah, he ate a Subway every day. So we all know that, right? We see Jared. We think of that. So can you imagine you guys get down to the football game and you go to McDonald's? You're standing at McDonald's and you look back. You stand in line. You look back and they're in the booth. There he is, Jared. He's all passed out. He's like got Big Mac wrappers all over. He's got cherry pies, and French fries. His hip company. And you saw Jared back there. What's the first thing you'd be like? Jared, get up! What are you doing, man? You gotta get out of here. You're gonna get fat again. Jared, you're gonna lose millions of dollars. Do you think Subway is using a consistency motivator on us? They got us programmed, don't they? You go into Subway right now, and you look at that menu. How do you know where the healthy subs are? Because you see that little Jared head, right? There's that little Jared head smiling at you. They don't even have to write, hello, here is all the healthy subs. They just see that little Jared head, and you go, oh, I better get those. Those are the Jared subs. Those are the Jared subs. Those are the ones that are healthy. Consistency is a powerful motivator. They're using that. How about this one right here? Reciprocity. Anybody know what reciprocity is? You scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. You help me, I'll help you. You do me a favor, I'll do you a favor. Do you think that might happen in politics?
No.
Yeah. That big bailout bill, what took it so long to get passed? What took it so long? Because you know what? They were all going, well, I will vote for you. I'll vote for it if you'll do this for Minnesota, if you'll do this for Wisconsin. You see that Charlie Wilson war, that movie? You go in there, he was from a little congressional district in Texas. His people didn't care. They voted for him no matter what. So he collected favor after favor after favor. And then all of a sudden he wanted to take on the Afghan campaign before we were in there, when the Soviets were in there. And he funded them with hundreds of millions of dollars. And how did he get that money? Because everybody owed him a favor from reciprocity. I tell this story. Here's a good one for reciprocity. Anybody been to Charlotte, North Carolina? Cool. Great place, right? I don't know. Did you like it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's beautiful, right? So I go to Charlotte, North Carolina, beginning of August. I'm doing a keynote address for a hospital association. A good friend of mine from high school travels the East Coast.